Netflix movie, and I got to watch it. And it's a very, very, very interesting movie. Let's start off with there is a family that lives in Maui, in Africa, and the family are farmers. The father did not leave the land to the son, and they were farming. They were very, very poor. When the movie comes on, they are debating about um, selling the land and the trees and things like that. And one group wants to sell the trees, one group does not. The farmer doesn't want anyone to sell the trees because it will flood. So what happens is the president comes to town and the chief starts talking about, protecting the land and stopping traders and corrupt government, and he actually gets beat up. Now, the farmer wants to send his son to school, but they don't have enough money to pay the fees to the school. So the little boy basically went to class for a while, and they kept telling him that, you can't come to school because your mother and your father haven't paid the fees. So they suspend him from school, and he goes out to a junk place where they throw garbage and things. And at first he would fix, mild things like radios and things like that. He was good with, fixing radios. So after he got suspended, he asked, could he use the library to read about wind energy? And so he reads about this wind energy, and he observes the wind and the energy and things like that. And he's trying to figure out how things work. So he wanted this mechanism on his teacher's bike. And this mechanism, when the bike rolls, the light comes on, and that was electricity. And so he studied it, and he asked his sister to get the mechanism off the teacher's bike. And the sister left because she got tired of being poor, and she couldn't go to the university, and her mom wanted her to be more than just a wife. She wanted her to go to school, but she couldn't go to school. She ran away and got married. And the family was very upset over that. So what happens is he asks his father to let him have the bike, and his father would not believe in him. And his father was saying that I need help in the fields. You're going to till the fields. You're not going to entertain the stupidity with this bike nonsense where you can get water to come. He's like, it's just a dream. It's just dreams, and they're all lies. So he went and asked a couple of his friends for some help, and they were planning on going to fight the father over the bike because they needed that bike so he could build his windmill. And he said, you want to fight me? And he was yelling at him and things like that. And then the mother started talking to him and saying that we were losing everything. And she said, every time I went somewhere with you, I lost something. She was like, would you just give him the bike and believe in him? So he gave him the bike, and he built a windmill. And the windmill brought water to the fields so that they could farm. And they did it. The little boy was so smart, and this is a true story. This is a true story. And he actually built the windmill, brought water, and he graduated from school. He went to a college, and he became a student in electricity. So this movie is pretty good. It's a next Netflix movie, as I said, and I suggest you take a look at this movie. This movie just shows you how you can go from nothing to making something. And he took all these junk parts and he made a windmill, and he came up with a good idea. And that is something amazing. So